Hello everyone, what's going on? So today I'm going to be talking about, or we're going to be talking about arithmetic progression. Okay, so let's dive into it and see what we can learn today. So what is an arithmetic progression, by the way? So an arithmetic progression. So an arithmetic progression is just a sequence of numbers. Okay, so we have 1, 4, 7, 10, 13, 16, and the sequence increases with a definite number. The number doesn't change. So 1 plus 4, so 1 plus 3 is 4, 4 plus 3 is 7, 7 plus 3, 10, and there we have. So the next number obviously will be 19, and then 19 plus 3 is 22. Okay, so we have 1, 1 plus 3, 4, 4 plus 3, 7, 7 plus 3, 10. Now there's a formula for this, but now to make things easier for us, let's assign each term or each number here. So the first one here will be, the first number will be A1, the second number we have will be A2, the third number A3, the fourth number in the sequence A4, or we can just say the fourth term, the fourth number, and we have A5 obviously will be, what do you call this, 10 plus 3, that's 13, A6, that's 13 plus 3, now we have 16. Okay, so that's, so we can see A1 plus 3 gives us A2, A2 plus 3 gives us A3, and thereabouts. So we can say A1 plus that definite number. You can see the sequence keeps increasing by 3, 3, 3. So we can give that number 3 D. So like the difference between every number in the sequence. So the difference between 1 and 4 is 3. The difference between 4 and 7 is 3. So we have A1, that's the first number, plus D will give me A2. A2 plus D, obviously will give me the next term, A3. A3 plus D gives me A4. So obviously, let's say A11 plus D will give me A12. So how do we find the formula? Let's say we're supposed to look for A23. How am I supposed to do? I just keep adding. So how are we going to do it? Sorry. So here we have, now we have A1. So we know that A2 is A1 plus D. A3 is also A1 plus D plus another D. A4 is A1 plus D plus D plus D. So you see, we just keep adding more threes. Okay, so A2, 1 plus 3, A3, 1 plus 3 plus 3. So let's see, A4 is 10. So that's 1 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. So we have, okay, so let me put it here. Let's go to the next slide first so there can be space. So we have A1 is A1 obviously. A2 is A1 plus D. A3 is A1 plus D plus D, so that's A1 plus 2D. A4 is A1 plus D plus D plus D, that's A1 plus 3D. So A5, just this last one, will be D1 plus D plus D plus D plus D. That's A1 plus 4D. And if you notice the number here, so if we have example like here, we have 3. A3 will be A1 plus 2D. A4 is A1 plus 3D. So it's like the number here is just one lower. A5 will be A1 plus 4D. So AN will be A1 plus N minus 1D. So A11 will be A1. What's 11 minus 1? Plus 10D. So let's say we have to find the 12th term, that's A12. That will be A1, which is 1, plus 12 minus 1, and D is 3. 1 plus, that's 11 times 3. 1 plus 33, and that's 34. So we have our formula here. AN is A1 plus N minus 1D. A is our first term. A1 is our first term. D is just the difference. okay, the number that you add to get to the next term. So an equals, so our d here is 3. So I just expanded this one. It's not so necessary. You can do it if you want. Now, so we can say an is a1 plus n minus 1d. Okay, that's cool. So let's practice this, because it's not just about knowing the formula. Let's practice this and see how well we can do. Suppose we have this one. So our a1 is 7, a2 is 11, a3 is 15, and they ask us to find a7, a10, a12. So how are we going to do this? So we have our a1, first of all, that's very important, 7. Now a2 is 11. So how can we find d? We can say, okay, d is simply a2 minus a1. So our d is 11 minus 7, and our d is 4. Cool. Now a7. So a7, remember our formula, an is a plus n minus 1d. So our a7, that's our a1 is 7 plus 7 minus 1, and our d is 4. 7 plus 7, that's 6. 6 times 4 is 24, and 24 plus 7 will give us 31. So a7 is 31. a10, same thing, is our a1 is 7 plus 10 minus 1 times 4. 7 plus 9 times 4, that's 36. 7 plus 36, that should give us 343. So we have here 31, 43, and then a12. That's going to be a1 plus 12 minus 1 times 4. Our a1 is 7, that's 12 minus 1 is 11. 11 times 4 is 44. And as you can see, 7 plus 4, we have 51, should be 51. Okay, 51. So we have 31, 43, 51. That's cool. Now, let's try this one. Okay, let's try this one. So then I'm going to try to use the space. So we have a1 is 6. Sorry, a2 is 16. Now we can find what's our d. So we can, last time I said d is a2 minus a1. D can also be a3 minus a2. So let's use a3 minus a2 here. So 26 minus 16, that's 10. It's a definite number. It doesn't change. a2 minus a1, a3 minus a2, a4 minus a3. So it doesn't change. So our a5 will be, the fifth term actually will be a1, which is 6 plus 5 minus 1, and our d is 10. 6 plus 5 minus 1, 4. 4 times 10, 40. So we have 46. And if you look at it, like, because it's 10, it looks so easy. So we can just say 26. So obviously the next one will be 36, which is a4, and then a5 will be 46. So we've confirmed that our answer is actually correct. So I'll let you guys do this one. Okay, you can just do this one, practice this one. I don't have much space. And let's go to other scenarios. Now, what if? Now we talked about a sequence. It's increasing, it's increasing, it's increasing. But now what if it's a regression? It's decreasing. It's not increasing, but it's decreasing. So our A1 here is 30. Our A2 is 26. So what's our D? A2 minus A1. So 26 minus 30. And that's going to give us a negativity. So D is negative. Okay, D is negative. So we still use the same formula. An is A1 plus n minus 1D. Just that D is negative. So let's put it A4. A1 is 30. 4 minus 1D. That's 3. 4 minus 1 is 3. And our D is minus 4. So hold on. 3 times 4 is 12 normally. Now 3 times minus 4 will give us minus 12. So we have 30 minus 12, and that should give us 18. So our A4 should be 18. So A4 should be 18. So 18. And if you think about it, 22 minus 4 gives you 18. Now A7, same thing. A7 equals A1 plus n. Our n is 7. 7 minus 1 is 6. And our d is minus 4. That's 30. Plus 6 times minus 4. That's minus 24. So we can say 30 minus 24. We have 6. So we can see we're going lower. Everything it's reducing. So it's no longer progressing, but it's regressing. It's a regression. So here I don't have much space on my board again, but I'm just going to do A5. So what's our A1 is 93. Our A2 is 89. Sorry. So what's our D? Obviously A2 minus A1. 89 minus 93. Our A2 is okay. 89 minus 93. That should be minus 4. Yes. So 89 minus 93 should be minus 4. Yes, 99 minus. Okay, so you can see our difference. So it just means we're going lower with 4. Okay, we're going lower. 89 minus 93. So our D is minus 4 again. And then A5 would be 93 plus 5 minus 1. That's minus 4. So 93. We have 4 times minus 4. That's minus 16. So we have 93 minus 16. That should give us 7. That should give us 77. Yes. So our A5 should be 77. Let's just try to do it manually and see first. So 85 minus 4. That should be 81. 85 minus 4, that should be 81. So 81 minus 4, that's 87. So 77, sorry. So you can see we're correct. So I'll let you guys do A8 and A9. Use the same concept. Use the same idea. It's just the same. Don't worry. It's the same. Now, okay, here's a blank space. So I can actually do A8 here. Is A1 plus 8 minus 1 D. So A1 7D. Our A1 is 93. 7 times minus plus 7 times minus 4. 93 minus 7 times 4. That should be 28. Okay, 7 times 4 should be 28. So we have let's see, we have 5 and 65. We have 65. We have 65. Yeah. Okay, so I think that's it for now. So let's go A9. I think I'll let you guys do A9 so that I'm not doing everything. Now, what if they don't give us A1 or D? They just give us some of the numbers in the sequence, but they don't give us A1 or D. And then we still have to find other numbers. How are we going to do it? Okay, cool. I know that A2 is A1 plus D. They give me A5 here. A5 is A1 plus 4D. Right? Now, let's put that. 14 here is A1 plus D. 29 is A1 plus 4D. Now we have simultaneous equations. Sorry, my battery is low. Now we have sort of simultaneous equations, so we can say this is equation 1, this is equation 2. So what we can do, we can get rid of this A1 here by saying equation 2 minus equation 1. So we have 29 minus 14. That gives us 15. A1 minus A1, 0. 4D minus D is 3D. And then what can we do? Just divide. 3, 3. And then we have D is 5. Good. Okay, D is 5. And what's A1? So remember, you can just say A2 minus A1 is D. So 14 minus A1 is 5. So obviously you can see here 14 minus 9 is 5. So A1 is 9. Let me just put it here. So A1 is 14 minus 5. And A1 is 9. So what's A7? A7 is 9 plus 8D. So what's our D? Our D is 5. So we have 9 plus 40, and we have 49. Okay, we have 49. So let's just test it and see. Let's just test it. So now A1 is 9. 9 plus 5 is 14. 14 plus 5 should give me 19, right? Okay, 19 plus 5 should give me 24. And you can see it just has 4 and 9. Plus 5 should give me 29. Okay, so we're in what do you call it? So A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, 29. So you can see it's correct. And next one, A6, A6, that's 29 plus 5, that should be 30, 34. A7, oh dear, I'm so sorry. Oh dear, I'm so sorry. Yeah, 7 minus 1 is 6. You see, people make I made a mistake, and I'm so sorry about that. Okay, so 6, so that should be 39. So this is why it's always good to confirm. Sometimes it's good to confirm. So especially when you're writing an exam, it helps to confirm. So you can see with 39. So yeah, it helps to confirm so that sometimes we're under pressure and then we make mistakes. So you can see, so 7 minus 1 is 6. Yeah, I should have just, I'm so sorry. So that's 39. So yeah, it's my mistake. I'm sorry. We all make mistakes. I'm sorry. So yeah, so that's why I like to confirm sometimes. Let's try this one, A3 and A8. So we have A3. We just do the same thing. A3 is A1 plus 2D. So 23 is, let me think, I think I have a blank space. Yes. So we have it here. 23 is A1 plus 2D. And then 43 is A1 plus, since it's A8, so we're looking for 7D. Okay, so what we can do, equation 2 and equation 1. Equation 2 minus equation 1. 43 minus 23, that's 0, 20. A1 minus A1, that's 0. 7D minus 2D, that's 5D. 5. D is 4. That's cool. And what's A1? We have 8, 3. So remember, 8, 3 is A1 plus 2D. So 23 is A1 plus 2 times 4, 8. So A1 is, A1 will be 23 minus 8, and we should have 15. And 3 minus 8 should be 15, yes. Okay, so A1 is 15. So what are we supposed to look for? We're supposed to look for A11. So A11, or the 11th term, will be A1 plus 10D. Our A1 is 15 plus 10. 10 times 4. Our D is 4, so 10 times 4, 40. And we can say, okay, so this would be 55. 55. Yeah, it should be 55. Okay. So A11 should be 55. Okay. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Now just I want to confirm. So A8, A9, A10, A11. So our difference is just 4, right? Okay, yeah, that's why. I thought the difference was 5. So that's why I was a bit slow. So A8, 43. 43 plus 4, that's 47. 47 plus 4, that's 51. And 51 plus 4, that's 55. So yeah, we're correct. We're correct. Yeah, sometimes it's always good to check. I just wanted to confirm that we're correct. And we're correct. So thank you. Now, let's also see. Oh, I also left a blank space. So I think that's it. Wow. So I think that's it for now. The I still have more. I still want to talk about more situations like word problems, much more interesting situations. But let's just stop here for now, and we'll continue the next. Let's see. We're just